She go chop burrito.
Ajinomoto. And if them call you a banje,
Mami water.
and if them call you a banje,
Mami water.
and if them call you a banje,
Mami water.
and if them call you a banje,
Mami water.
Don't see why they did you. Let me go sleep last night. I see you for my dream. I continue say you be my true lover. Fat baby, I won't tell you say I want make we be lovers.
you know say I dey fall for you, baby. I don't say you dey fall for me too.
My hands steady beat for you. My heart steady beat for you. I don't know I'm better for two.
And if them call you a banje,
Mami water.
and if them call you a banje,
Mami water.
and if them call you a banje,
Mami water.
and if them call you a banje,
Mami water.
and if them call you a banje,
Mami water.
and if them call you a banje,
Mami water.
Don't see why they did you. Let me go sleep last night. I see you for my dream. I continue say you be my true lover. Fast baby, I won't tell you say I want make we be lovers.
you know say I dey fall for you, baby. I know say you dey fall for me too.
My hands steady beat for you. My heart steady beat for you. I don't know I'm better for two.
And if them call you a banje,
Mami water.
and if them call you a banje,
Mami water.
I want to you see. I want to make we be lovers.
You know, say I go fall for you. Baby, I know say you go fall for me too.
My heart said to get in for you. My heart said to get in for you. I don't so that I want to.
And if they call you a bandit,
Mommy wants out.
and if they call you a bandit,
Mommy wants out.
You know, say I dey fall for you, baby. I know, say you dey fall for me too.
My hand said it ring for you. My heart said it beat for you. I don't so that I for to.
And if them call you a bandit, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care.
Mommy, what
I don't care, I don't care. And if them call you a bandit, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care.
Mommy, what
I don't care, I don't care.
my heart did it go.
Tim, tim, tim,
My motor did go.
pim, pim, pim.
Oh, my love it. Oh, I just want make we connect.
My heart they go,
Chim, chim,
my motor they go.
pim, pim.
Oh my love it, I just want make we connect.
My baby, I don't mind she now. I mean, like say you be she now. Table your man, I go sit down.
Ogologuma, you be my woman, you be my woman. I don't believe ya, why I believe ya? Who put us on that, say that boruba.
Good evening, everyone. Please, can you all hear me? Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Please, can you hear me? Please just signify if you can hear me or not, so I can know if I will increase my volume or not. Please, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Please, can you all hear me? Good evening. Can we all hear me, please? Good evening. Can we all hear me? Good evening. Please, can we hear me? Some people said they can't hear me. I don't know if it is service. Might be service. I don't know. Good evening once again. So on Wednesday we couldn't finish the class due to some reason, please, and I'll try my best to finish it up now. I'll try to finish it this evening. And if you don't understand anything, you can just drop your message. You can drop your message if you don't understand anything, or if you cannot hear me very well, I'll try to be audible. By God's grace, I'll try to be audible. I'll try to be audible. I'll try to be audible. So on Monday we are introducing to what components is all about. Component and component property. What it is really used for, what it can be used to do in design, why we make use of components, why components is being used in design, and I gave you the four component properties we have in design, the four component properties we have in Figma itself, where I told you we have variants, we have variants, the first one, we have the text property, we have the boolean property, and we also have the last one there, which is the instance swap. And I gave you I tried to give you an example of how the variant is being used. I gave you how the variant is being used, and we did some example where we use this particular one here, this particular placeholder. We make it a variant, we make it a component first, then after making it a component, then you make it a variant, kind of something like that. So we did something like that, something of such on Monday and Wednesday. I also did some introduction of some recap again on Wednesday before that thing happened. So we are trying to deal with the boolean property now. We are trying to deal with the boolean property. At first I said we are going to bring in this particular icon, this user icon, because we want to attach, or we want to give it a boolean property. And boolean property is all about the yes and no, off and on kind of instruction or pattern now. So this is the particular icon I brought in from Iconify, the user icon itself. This is the particular icon I bring in from Iconify, the user icon itself now. This is what I bring in. So after bringing that particular icon now, the next thing you are just going to do, you are going to make this particular icon a component. You make it a component first. After making it a component, so this particular icon now is the parent cell now, or is the parent icon now. So once you make this particular one a component itself now, once you make this particular one a component now, so once you make this particular one a component, the next thing you are just going to do, you are going to duplicate it now using your hotkey now. Once you duplicate this particular one, you bring it inside this particular place, bring it inside this place. Okay, I have one there already. Let me just delete this. So you bring it inside this parent cell. This is the parent cell for our button. Don't forget that. This particular one here is the parent cell for my button. So the next thing I'm just going to do, don't forget, for this our button, we have given the container itself now. We have given the container itself a text property, and the text property can only work very well with a text. So this particular text too has been given a text property itself. Don't forget that I've given this particular text property. So I'll select this icon now, select this icon itself now, the icon, the child element of that icon. Don't forget, this is the parent icon here, while this particular one here is the child element. So once you select the child element now of that particular icon, it is being active now. So you come out, you look straight to your property panel, here. Don't forget, this is the property panel. You look straight at the property panel, then you look for layer. This is what you are looking for. Look for something like this called layer. You look for the layer, then you see this icon opposite it. This particular thing, where you see apply boolean property. You see the apply boolean property. Don't forget, the boolean property is just about if this is this, it can never be this. If you are, just for instance, if you are rich, if you are rich, you can never be poor. If you are either one, if it is yes, it can't be no. If it is no, it can't be yes. So that's what boolean is all about. So this particular one now, this icon now, we are going to be applying the boolean property to it. So I'll click on this particular icon. So once I click on this icon, I'm telling Figma now that okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do now. This is what I want to achieve. So as first, it seems I've already saved that particular thing before. I think that was where we stopped in the last class. So I'll click on this show group now. Whatever thing we are attaching to that particular thing, whatever this thing we are attaching to that particular, whatever, it will show you the name and the value. So please, the value will always be in true. Leave it in true. I'm very sure to bring out a true and a false drop down beside it, but just leave it as true like that. So you leave it at true, then you give it this particular thing there. So it will be show property, show group now. See this, show group 2, and then I've attached now, applied the boolean property to this particular. I've applied the boolean property to this particular icon. So the next thing now I'm going to do now, we can also apply the boolean property to the text. Don't forget, we have applied for this text now. We have a text property attached to it, but we can also apply a boolean property to a text inside a parent container of this particular thing, this particular element now. So you can also apply a boolean property to a test. So I'll select that particular test, then I'll look at the layer again. I'm looking straight at the layer because it is the layer that is always um it is it is opposite the layer, or the layer section, that you can edit the boolean property. It is always in the layer section. Don't forget, this is the layer section of in the property panel. So this layer section, now you are going to click on this particular icon again. So I'll select that icon, that is apply boolean property. But this particular one, I'm not giving it a show group 2 property for the boolean part. This one is pertaining to the icon itself. This one is pertaining to the icon. So I have to create property now itself. So I'll click on the create property. So once you click on create property, give it the name. Yes, you have the name to be sign up / open account. We all know that. That's what we save it as at first. So you come to the value again, the value true. You leave it in true. Positive, yes. We leave it in yes. So then you create property for that particular one. So I've given that particular test now. This is our test. Don't forget, I've given that test the test property, and I also assign a boolean property to it. But for my icon, I have only the boolean property attached to my icon. Please don't forget that. I have only the boolean property attached to my icon. I have only the boolean property attached to my icon. Before I continue, let me ask if there's anyone having issue. I didn't ask you. Is it okay like this? Is it okay like this? Someone said that you adjust my layer. Is it okay like this? It's okay. And please, someone should respond if you can see it like this. If this particular one is okay, this is sure. If someone should just respond if it is okay like this, or should I still is this okay? Please, someone should just reply me in the chat if this is okay. Wow, no okay. Um, what can I? what about this? Is this good, or is this still the same thing? Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, so this is what I have done now for this particular thing. This is what I've done. I applied for that text now. I've applied a text property. Don't forget, we have a text property attached to our text at first, and then for that particular text again, I've assigned now a boolean property for it. I've applied text property for that text, and I have a boolean property also attached to the text itself. So for this icon, I only have the boolean property attached to my icon. Don't forget that, please. And don't forget this is the child element of this parent cell. So after you have done that now, if you want to preview this particular thing, what we just did now, if you want to check it out, don't forget I have my okay, let me just assume I don't have the this thing at first. I can just bring this particular icon or this container itself. I have to duplicate it now. So to duplicate it, either I use my alt key, I go to my asset, bring it out. But I prefer using my alt key now to do that particular aspect. I prefer using my alt key to do that particular aspect. So to do that now, I'll select that container itself, which is the parent cell now. I'll select the container itself, which is the parent cell of this particular thing. Then I'll hold down my alt key. Then I'll bring it inside, taking it inside this inside this frame. So I'm just bringing it inside this frame for now. So this is don't forget this one here. This is the parent cell. Why this particular one here? Why this one here is the child element. So for that child element now of the parent cell of that container now, for this child element, when you look at the property panel here, you see two buttons there. This one is for the icon. Why this down one here? Is for the text. It's boolean property for the text. It's the boolean property for the text, boolean property for the icon. Why this one is the text property for the text. So if I don't want this text now, if I don't want this particular text to appear, I want only the icon to show. So I'll just switch it off here. Just off the button there. So once you off the button there, the user won't know that there's even a text there. You will only be seeing the icon. It is only the icon that will be visible for that particular thing. It is only the icon now that will be visible now for that particular thing. So I can see on it back now. If I see on it back, the same thing to appear. So if I off this particular one again now, the icon will disappear. And if I on it back, the icon will appear. That is how the boolean property works. That is how the boolean property itself works. That is how the boolean property works. That is how the boolean property works now. That is how the boolean property works perfectly for in design. So to if you want to make use of that, the last one now, which is the instance swap. If you want to make use of the instance swap is quite different now. Should I say it's just like changing something for this. Okay, I don't want it to be this particular color, or I don't want this particular icon to be this. I want to swap it, or I want to change. Take for instance, if you have a mobile phone, you have a particular phone and you don't like that particular product again, and you want to swap it now for another product. That's what instance swap simply mean in design. It's also the same thing as the random English word for swap. Just to change something, to interchange, or to change something for this. Okay, I don't want A again, I want B, and I have A with me. I'll give the person I want B, and I'll take what. So that is how it works. Just like changing product. Let's say for instance now I have my icon here. And let me bring in another. Let me see if I have another icon on our design. That I can just use. I don't want to go to Iconify to bring in anything. Let me see. Okay, I don't have any icon. Can I use my arrow? Let me just use the arrow. I don't want to go to Iconify to bring in another icon. Let me just make use of the arrow now. Let me make use of my arrow. So I'll select this particular one here. I'll click on that arrow there. I'll duplicate it. I'll bring it closer now to where I want to use it. Let me just bring it here. So let me just bring it here. So I have my arrow too here now. So I have my arrow here. So I have my arrow here. Okay, my other side is not showing. I don't know why. Because of my screen. Oh, my screen resolution. Okay. Okay, let me just go with that now. But please, if you do it exactly the way I did it, you are going to be seeing the button in the property panel. It's just like the on and off button. It's just to off it. I think it's because of the resolution of my screen now, of my system. That is why my uh, my the video is not showing the way it is meant to show. I think it is because of the resolution of my screen. um I'll try to fix that. If you are going to organize another online class, I'm going to try to fix that before the next class, if there will be, so this is that particular arrow. Now this is the arrow that I duplicate, or I bring from that particular design. So I have my arrow here. um I have my arrow here. So the next thing I'm just going to do, the same method we did that time. I'll just make this particular arrow I can just make it a component. I'll make it a component. I can try make it a component. Make it a component. Picking this particular icon here. So I've made this particular one a component now. So this is the parent icon now. So this is the parent icon. I can just then the next thing I'm just going to do, just duplicate this particular one. Duplicate this particular thing. Yeah, and just duplicate it. Then this one will be the child element. This will be the child element. I don't really need it like that. So but I want to change this icon. This is what I want to change. This is what I want to swap. I want to swap that I want to swap this user icon with the arrow. I want to swap the user icon now. I want to swap the user icon from my arrow. That is what I want to do now. So I'll select that this user icon inside my parent cell. I'm still inside the parent cell. Please don't forget that. I'm still inside the parent cell. Please don't forget that. So I'll select that user icon now inside the parent cell. So once you select the user icon inside the parent cell, you look at your property panel. Look straight at your property panel. Now we won't be going to the layer section now. We won't be going to the layer section. Beneath the parent component from your property panel. From the property panel, you see the parent component there. If you're on the parent cell itself for that container, I'm on the parent cell for my button. Please, I'm on the parent cell for my button. So you select that particular icon. If that icon now is active now, if the icon is active, you look straight at your property panel. You see the parent component. You see the group 2 or whatever. If yours might be vector 2 or vector 1, whatever the name of that particular icon is. So you'll be seeing group 2 or vector 2 beneath it. So once you are seeing that group 2 or vector 2 beneath it, you'll be seeing that same icon. You see create instance swap property. It is beside it. The icon we click on to get our boolean property. That same icon that look like an arrow that is having a head, like, I don't know, should I say a cube now? So that icon will appear beside it. So you just click on that particular icon. You are clicking on that particular icon. So you click on that icon. Once you click on that icon now, immediately you click on the icon, you see name. You see a name. A pop-up is going to appear now, like a card now. A card is going to appear on your screen. So you have a create component property. The name will be instance. So the value will be beneath it. The value will be there. The name of that group will be there. So beneath that particular card, you are going to be seeing preferred value. You see preferred value. You see group 2 there. So you see menu dot now, like 4 blocks beside each other, 2 by 2 blocks beside each other. So you see a plus sign beneath it. So just click on that plus sign. So once you click on the plus sign now, immediately I click on the plus sign, you see different options to provide me with different options now. It's going to provide me with different options. So I'll be selecting the arrow itself. So you see that arrow 1. So I'll click on that arrow 1 now. So once I click on that arrow 1, then I'll create property direct. I'll create property direct. So I'll create property. So once I create it now, I have created an instance swap for that icon now. So if I go to my wherever the child element of that button is now, I'll move straight to wherever the child element of that button is. So I'll select the user icon inside my button, or I just click on the button itself. Select the button itself, the container itself. Then you see your instance by the property panel. Sorry, my property panel is not showing. I don't know why. So my property panel is not showing. I'm very sorry for that. I'll still keep apologizing. I don't know why it's not showing, because of my resolution. I think so. So once you look at the property panel, you will see the instance there now. I'm on the child element now of my container. Don't forget, I'm on the child element of my container. So when you look, once you look at the instant now, that property panel, you will see the group 2, the name of that particular thing, and the drop down beside it, a drop down button or a drop down icon, that chevron down now beside it. So you click on that drop down. Once you click on the drop down, then you see that arrow that we just want to swap it with. So you click on that arrow. So to change it now from the user icon now to the arrow icon, so it has swapped that particular thing for me. So this is what I want. So you can still change it back. Okay, I don't want this particular one, I want it to be the group that will be there, so the group will appear. Okay, I don't want the group to be the user icon to appear, I want the arrow itself to appear. Click on it. You don't want this to appear, click on it. So that's how that particular thing works. So thank God I've been able to touch the 4 component properties now. But please and please, if you still have if you have any question, or if you still have any issue, uh if you still have any issue, you can ask me. You can ask me on the chat. If you have any issue, you can ask from the chat now. So that is what we have been able to cover now. I've been able to cover the remaining 2 aspects of the component properties that we are meant to cover. I have been able to cover the remaining 2 properties. Thank God we have talked about the variant property, we have talked about the text property itself, we have talked about the instant swap now, and we have also talked about what? The Boolean property. Those are the 4 component properties we have in Figma design. Those are the 4 component properties now we have in Figma now. Okay, where we have it, sir. Mr. I don't know, is it King D now? He said he has issue with something, and he said it's not clear. Which aspects of it is not clear? So I can just try to explain again. The one I just did. Okay, the one I just did. He said the one I just did. Okay, that is instant swap now. So what instant swap simply means is that you are changing a particular icon for another. You don't need this particular one. I don't want it to have I don't want this particular icon to be there. I want to swap it to the other thing. I don't want this particular icon to be, I want to swap it to the other icon. So that is what that one simply means. It's just like changing a particular product to another product. Okay, I don't like Tecno, I want to use Infinix now. I don't know the latest product of Infinix, I want to use this particular Infinix. I don't want this Tecno again, I want Infinix. So it's just like swapping one icon for another icon. So I'll bring in this particular icon now. This is the arrow icon. I brought in the arrow icon now. Okay, it said Boolean. You understand Boolean property? Oh god, Boolean. How am I going to start again with Boolean itself? Do you started the class with us? Okay, I will try to recap. Okay. Boolean property. But the Boolean property now, what Boolean property now simply means is that I have this particular thing now. I have this icon. This is the parent icon itself. This is the parent. Boolean is just, we all know what I've explained it countless times. What Boolean is, what Boolean mean now, what Boolean is being used for. If it is yes, it can never be no. If it is no, it can never be yes. It is either on or off, yes or no, true or false. That is what Boolean simply means. So that particular thing now, I can apply it on an icon, and it can also be applied on text. It can be applied on icon, and it can also be applied on text. So I have this particular one. I have this icon. I have the user icon. I brought it in from our design. We have it there in our design already. We have the user icon in our design. that user icon now. So I'll make this user icon now a component now. So this is user icon now. So I'm trying to start again from the beginning because of you. So I have my user icon now. Let me just duplicate this particular one. Let me just duplicate this particular one. Let me detach it for now. I don't want it to be an icon. So this user icon, let me just say I just bring in this user icon now from Iconify itself. I just bring in the user icon from Iconify itself. So let me delete this one. Let me delete this one here. Let me delete this. Delete. Okay. I want to start again because of. So I'll select that particular thing. You make it a component. This is user icon. This user icon now. I can make it a component direct now. So I'll click on this particular thing, create component. So once you make that particular icon a component. Okay, said you understand. The video is not clear. I just manage with me for now, please. Just it's either service, it's either the network. My network is not that. Hopefully, it might be because of my service. Thank God. It says you understand it. Thank God. So we have been able to cover the four component properties now. So from our design, I will continue the design now. Our class project. There's something I want to teach you guys now. There's something I want to teach you is let's say for instance now, this is our design. This is where we stopped. This is where we stopped in our design. Let's say for instance now the user click on this particular let's say the user click on this particular menu this menu button here. What will appear? That is the next thing we have to ask yourself. What will appear now? What will be visible now? If the user now click on that particular thing, what will happen? What will appear? There will definitely be a sidebar that will appear here, where the user will be given different options to select from now. So that particular thing is going to happen. So that is what we have to do now. That is what I want to do now. That is what we want to do now, because that is the next thing to do. So to do that particular thing now, we are going to be drawing a frame. On my keyboard now, press F for frame. My keyboard now, let me bring this one here so it won't disturb me. So on my keyboard now, press F for frame. Press F for frame on your keyboard. F for frame on your keyboard. F for fish. F for frame. I'll press F on my keyboard now. So I'm telling Figma that I want to draw something. I want to make use of a particular thing. So for that particular thing, I'll just bring it down here. I'll draw it beside this one. I'll draw the frame beside this particular one. Draw the frame beside this. Draw my frame. I will ensure it is of the same height as this one at first. I'll ensure it is of the same height as this, my mobile frame. I'll ensure it is of the same height. I'll increase it a little bit, but I don't want it to cover that particular thing. So this is my frame. I have my frame there. So from that my frame now, I need to give it a feel. It is having a feel already, a feel of white. But I don't want it to be white. I don't want the color to be a color of white. I want it to be a purple. I want it to have a color of purple, but the purple will be closer to what? The purple there will be closer to black. Purple, I want it to have a color of purple, but the purple there will be closer to black. That is the exact color I want to give this particular thing. So I'll look straight at my property panel from the fill now. I'll click on that box, that thing that is beside FFF, that thing that is beside FFF, that box that is beside FFF. You click on it. Once you click on it now, I'll use my color picker. I'll click on the color picker, then I'll click on the purple color itself. I'll click on this particular one. So once you click on this now, you move it down now. You move that box, that thing down. Move it down. Move it to this side, to the left hand side a little bit. Yeah, it's okay. So my color code is what? 32273A. 32273A. That is the color code I'm giving that particular thing. 32273A. That is the color code I'm giving it. 32273A. I'm giving it the color code of what? 32273A. That is the color code I'm giving that particular container. That is the color code I'm giving that particular container. 32273A. Okay, sorry, someone said it does not understand the instance swap. 32.73. That's the color code for my this thing. So I have that particular thing there. I have the box there. But when you look at their design, from the design of FCMB app itself, from the design of FCMB app itself, um, from the design of FCMB itself now, you have a text here, they have a text here. So on my keyboard now, press T for text now, press T for text on my keyboard, I press T on my keyboard, now drop it here, I'll drop it here, I'll write the version 2 point whatever, I don't know, version 2 point, 2 point, version 2 point, version 2.0, version 2.0.56, that's what is written there, 56. That's the version of the mobile version, I think. So I will reduce the font size now. The font size is too much for it. This particular font size is too much. I will reduce the font size to like let me reduce it to like 10. 10 is okay. So I will reduce the font size to 10. It won't be having a feel of white. This particular white, it won't be having a feel of white. Now I'll go to my property panel. I will change it from that white now. Take it down a little bit. I'll move it down a little bit. I think this is okay. This particular one is okay. So it is okay like this. I'll check the distance now. I'll check the distance of this particular thing. I think 5 or 10 should be enough. Let's see. This one is too much. Okay, let's give it 12. Let's make it the distance of 12 now. 12 by 12. 12 is okay too. Yeah. So let me still move it up a little bit. The design I'm seeing here. So let's move it up like this. So we need two icons now. After that particular one, we need two icons. We need the notification icon. We need the notification icon, and we also need the settings icon. So I'll go to Iconify now to bring in those particular icon. I'll go straight to my Iconify to bring in those particular icon. That is use the setting. I need 3 icons. Let me just bring it 3 icons. I need notification, setting, and the chevron down icon. Iconify. I need 3 icons. For my Iconify. Notification icon. Notification. Okay, let me just go with this particular one. Let's go with this one. I think this one is okay. Let's go with this particular one. I'll drag it outside. I'll drop it here. I need my notification icon. Let me just drag this particular one out here. And I also need the setting icon. I need the setting icon. I'm going with a field icon. Don't forget, this is a field icon. I told you in the beginning of the class that we have 2 categories of icon in Iconify. We have the field icon and the outline icon. So this particular one is the field icon. So we are going to be looking for the setting icon that is field. So I'll be using this particular one. Let's just go with this one. I'll drag it outside to bring it outside here. And I also need the chevron down itself. Chevron down or chevron right, anyone. You can change the orientation. Chevron down icon. So I need the chevron down icon. So I'll bring let me just go with this particular one. There's anyone there? So let me just bring this one out. So then I'll close this particular thing. My chevron down icon is too big. It's way too big. So let me just use my scale tool to bring it down for now. Use the scale tool to bring it down. Using my scale tool to bring it down. Use the scale tool to reduce the size of that particular icon. It is way too big for your design or for my work. It's way too big in my workspace. It is way too big. So I've reduced the size of that particular thing now. Please, are we all together? Please, I don't just want to be talking to myself. Please, are we all together? Are you with me? Please, are we all together? Please, are we all together? Are we on the same page? Please, are we on the same page? Please, someone should just reply me now in the chat. Are we on the same page? Please. Someone should talk. Or is my this still not connecting again? Seriously? are we on the same page? Someone should just reply me. Are we on the same page? Please, 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 please. Someone should just reply. Are we on the same page? Someone should reply me. Are we on the same page, please? So I can either stop here or should I continue? Okay, someone should just respond. I need someone to just reply my message. Are we on the same page? Okay, thank God. Fawaz has responded. He said yes, sir. Okay, thank you for that. So I can continue now. I know that we are both on the same page, so I will just be talking to myself. The dimension for the frame, the dimension for that particular frame, I ensure it is having the same height as my mobile screen. I ensure it is of the same height as my mobile screen. So I think it should be um 296 by 844. I think it should be of size 296 by 844. 844 is the height of that particular frame and a width of 296 for now. I might increase it later and I might also go with this particular one. So the width is of 296. So I have my three icons there now. I have the three icons bringing from my Iconify itself. Then I'll select it now. Don't forget, if you look at the property panel here, if you look at the structure panel, I mean, the bell now, the bell icon itself, or the notification icon is of 3 elements. It's having 3 elements in it, so I'll have to group it before I do anything. Don't forget, I'll have to group those 3 things now, because I think it's having 3 things. So I have to group those 3 things. Ctrl G. I have to group those 3 things to be one before I take it outside the container. So I'll bring it outside the container and I'll delete this particular box. I'll delete the container out. So I'll select my the setting icon itself. I'll take it outside, delete the container itself, remove the container. So the next one I need now, I need that chevron down now. I'll bring it outside, delete the container itself. I'll delete the container itself now. I'll delete the container itself. Delete the container itself. So after this now, after this now, what I'm just going to do now, the next thing I just have to do, I have to resize now. I have to reduce the size now. I have to reduce the size of my icon. I have to reduce the size of my icon. So I'll start with this particular one. I'm starting with that notification icon. Start the notification icon. I'll use my scale tool to bring it down. Use the scale tool to reduce the size. I'm bringing this particular thing down. I'm dragging it down. Drag that particular thing down. Then put it inside this place for now. Let me see how it fits inside this place. So I'll still increase it a little bit. Increase it a little bit. Yeah. Increase it a little bit. I think this size now is this one is perfect. Something like this is okay. So I'll be using this particular one as the benchmark now. I'll be using this particular one as the benchmark to get the size of my setting icon too. I'll use this particular one to get the height and width of my setting icon. So I'll bring it closer to this one. I'll ensure that I'm on the same base now. They're on the same base now. So I'll also ensure that the edge now, the top now is of the same thing. So this one is okay. So I'll be bringing this to placing it here. I'll place this one here. I'll place this particular one here, and what else? I'll also place this one here. I'll also place this one here from the design, from what I have. So that is what is in their design. That is what is in the FCMB app itself, because that is what we are doing for the class. In our class, I mean. So this is what we have now. So the next thing I'm just going to do now, I have to change the color or the feel of this particular thing. But don't forget, this thing is this my notification icon. It's inside the box. Please don't forget that it is inside the box. So if I go and affect, if I go and edit the feed portion, it will be giving it a feed. It will be giving that box a feed, not the bed itself. It will be giving the box a feed. Please. So to edit that now, you see when you look down beneath your feed section, you see selection colors. You see the selection color. So it is that selection color that you have to edit, not the field part. Please, it is the selection color that you have to edit, not the field part. So I'll check the color of this, the field of this particular text. So I have to go with the field B7. So I'll be giving this one to a fill of what, a selection color of what, B7, 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 B7. The same thing goes with this setting icon, B7, B7, B7. So I have this particular one now. So I have this one. So this is what we have here from their design. So the next thing I need now, I'll duplicate this particular one. I'll duplicate this text. I'll bring it down. Duplicate this text, bring it down. Duplicate this text, bring it down. Edit the content. So it will be what, welcome. This will be welcome, welcome. So that is what they have there. So once you have written that particular text, just duplicate it. Duplicate this, and change the name, change the font size. The font size, I'll be using a font size of 13. The font size of 13. Font size of 13. Then you change the content to your name. Use your name. Don't use my name. Use your name. So I'll give it that particular content now. Then I'll change it from this particular color. Changing the feel of this one. I'll give it a feel of white now. FFF. I'm giving it a feel of white. FFF. I'm giving it a feel of white. FFF. So we have that particular one. I've written that particular thing. So the next thing I'm just going to do, I'll still keep on duplicating this. I'll select this one, bring it down, duplicate this, bring it down, duplicate this, bring it down. Then I'll edit the content now from my name to what, BVN, edit it to BVN, edit that particular one to BVN, and this thing. So after that one, I'll change the color of that BVN itself. I'm giving just the BVN itself. I'm not going to be editing that one, the BVN alone. So I'll give it a feel of our brand color. Now FCMB has two brand color. I think their brand color, they have the purple and the yellow. So I'm using the feel of that other this thing now from our design. I'm using this particular yellow from the logo, the yellow from the logo. That's what we're using now. From the logo, so I'll click on this particular one. So we have that. So we have that now. So that's what I wanted to have. Okay, right? Right. I want to give you this particular yellow. Let me just use this one. So I have that now. So that's what I wanted to have. That's what I wanted to have. And then I'll just bring in my BVN now. I'll put my BVN beside this one. Put my BVN beside that one. Let me just leave it as my name. I can't put my BVN here. So let me just leave it as my name. So beside this particular thing now, beside this one now, that is where we need our this chevron down now. That is where we need this particular drop down. Beside this name now, that's where we need, or beside the BVN, that's where we need our chevron down. That's where the chevron down is needed. So I'll reduce the front or the size of my chevron down now. I'll reduce the size of my chevron down using the scale tool. I'll reduce the size of my chevron down using the scale tool. I will reduce the size of my chevron down using the scale tool. I will reduce the size of my chevron down using the scale tool. I will drag it down, drag this particular thing down, then bring it here. It is needed here. Yeah, and I still reduce the size a little bit. Okay, like this. So this is perfect. Then I'll give it a feel of our brand color, giving it our brand color. That's yeah. So this is what is there. So the next thing that I need to do now, I will duplicate this text again. I'll duplicate this text, bring it down here, bring it down here. I'm not going beyond this line, please don't forget that. I'm maintaining that perfect stuff. So I'll reduce the font size. This is to have a font size of 11. Having a font size of 11. Let's leave it at 11. So you edit the contents or the contents now. The text that's inside is one account, and duplicate this particular one, bring it beside it here. Duplicate that particular one, bring it beside here, and change the text to what? Personal, and change the color of this particular one. Change the color of this persona itself from white. Change the color of that persona itself to from white to our second brand color now. So we have this now. So the next thing I need now, there should be a dot now between this text and this one. There's a dot between this and this. So to get that now, I will just use a circle now. I'm using a circle, a ellipse now. So on my keyboard now, I'll press O for ellipse now. Press O for ellipse. press O for ellipse, press O for ellipse, then I come in between this place, hold down my shift key to have a perfect circle, hold down your shift key to have a perfect circle, hold down your shift key to have a perfect circle. So you give the color of this particular thing, give the feed, change the feed from D9 to what? FFF. Change the feed from D9 to FFF. Change the feed from FFF D9 to FFF. So you also ensure that it is in the center of these two lines. The center is that particular circle is in the center now. It must be in the center like this. You see now the spacing between it 15 and now that side is also 15, so it must be perfect. Please. So we have that particular thing. So the next thing we need now, the next thing that is needed now. Okay, I think my space is too much. Let me take this off this side a little bit. Bring this one here to here. Let's see. So the spacing. To be perfect. I don't want to be too much. Okay. So let's leave it like that. So the next thing I need now, I need a frame. I need a frame with user icon. There's a user icon inside that particular frame. There's a text inside that particular frame, and there's a chevron right inside that particular frame. That's what is needed. Please, are we together? Please, are we together? Before I continue, let me know. I don't want to rush it. Please, are we together? Are we all together? Please, are we together? So let's continue. So I'll be drawing a frame now. That is the next thing I want to do, because inside that particular frame I want an icon to be there, and I also want the text to be there. Same with the chevron right icon. So to get that now, I'll press F on my keyboard now for frame. Pressing F on my keyboard for frame. F on my keyboard for frame. I'll start the frame from here. I want you to start it from here and ending here and stopping here. Exactly. I want you to start from that particular place and then stopping there. Just starting from that place and stopping here. So this is my frame now. Don't forget the frame. If you want to ask for the height, I know someone will definitely ask me for the height of that frame. I'm using a width of 296, a width of 296 and height of 50. A height of 50 now, rather. Height of 50, width of 296, which is the width of my bigger frame. Which is the width of the bigger frame. So what I need inside this particular place, I need a text. I need text inside it. So I'll duplicate this particular one. Select this one. Bring it inside this place, bring it inside that place. I will ensure it is in the center of that frame, but I have to still reduce the font size of this text. So I have to still reduce the font size of this text. So to reduce the font size, I will change it from whatever is there. I think it's in 13. I have to take it back to 12. I have to take it back to 12. This one is font size of 11. I want to maintain the font size, the same font size for this and this. Let me use 11 to here. So we have that. So I'll change the content now, the text now, from my name to profile management. So we have that particular thing there. We have the profile management. I will ensure it's in the center of this frame. Don't forget there's a frame there, there's a bigger container, a div now for it now. So I will ensure that this particular text now is in the center of that frame, the vertical center now. That's what I mean. So after that now, I need the chevron right now. I'll duplicate this particular one, bring it here. I'll duplicate that particular one, bring it inside here. I'll change the orientation now. I want it to be facing that side. I'll change the orientation. Changing my orientation like this. I reduce the size of this one. It is not as big as this particular one. I'll reduce the size now using the scale tool. I'll reduce the size using the scale tool. I'll press my K and I'll drag this particular thing down. A little bit. Yeah, I think this size is okay, and I will ensure it's in the vertical center now of that particular thing. Then I will still move it to the side now. Yeah, and then inside this particular frame, there's an icon inside this particular frame. That is the user icon. We have the user icon inside this frame. Still inside this frame, we have the user icon still inside this particular frame. So I'll go to my, okay, I have the user icon here already. I don't need to go to that. But the user icon we need is the one that is not filled. There's just an outline icon without any color in it. That's what is needed there. User icon without any fill. User icon without any fill. Let me go to Iconify to bring that in. Let me go straight to Iconify to bring the user icon in. User icon. User icon. Let's go with this particular one. Let's use this one. I think that is the one that is somehow closer. Okay, let me go with this. This one that is somehow closer to what is somehow related to what they use in their design. So I'll bring this particular one outside. I'll drop it here. So I have my user icon there. There are some icons that we still have to use to. Let me search for plane too. I'm not going to be using audio icon. I'm not going to be using audio. Investment. Let me look for chat. Chat. Let me look for chat. I think I need chat too. Okay. Let me see the one that is something like this. Okay. Let's go with this. Let me bring this particular one outside. Let me go with that. I need charts. CH80 chart, not CHART now. I need CH80 chart. I need a customer now. I need customer care. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for exactly. I need this particular one. This is the customer icon, that customer care icon. I'll bring this particular one outside. I'm not going to be using all this view icon that we have there. I'm not using view icon. I'll just get something there. So we have that one where you need the card now. Card, that is your CARD card. We need the card icon. We need the card icon itself. So this is what we are going to be using. Okay, let me go with this. Let us go with this. So let us go with let me go with this. This particular one. Let me go with this. I'll drop it there. So let me just go with those 4 icons. I'll duplicate anyone I don't have. Duplicate it. So this is what I have now. I will reduce the size of this card icon because it's somewhat bigger than the rest. So bring it down. Yeah. So I reduce the size. Yes, like this now. So don't forget how we used to do this particular one. Inside the container, I'll bring this particular one outside, drag it out, delete the container itself, select this one, bring it out, and then delete the container. I don't need the container. Select this one, label. Okay, the vector. Bring it out, delete the container. Do the same for this. Delete the container. So we have that particular one now. We have everything like this. Perfect. So I'll be using this one as a benchmark to get the size of others. I will increase the size of this one for now. Using my scale tool, I will use the user icon to get the size for others. I'll use my scale tool now. I'll bring it inside this container. Let me see how it looks, or inside this particular frame. See how it fits in. Yeah. Okay, this is okay. This particular one is okay. So I will be using this one as the size now. So this one is okay. So I'll be using that one as a benchmark to get the size of others. I'll be using this one as a benchmark to get the size of others. So I'll select my customer care icon now. I'm sure it's on the same base as this, same way. So increase this one. Okay, perfect. Come to this place again, this particular one again, and do this one to the same thing. Yeah, perfect. Do the same thing for this, do the same thing for this, do the same thing for this. Drag this particular one down. Yeah, perfect. So we have these things now. So the next thing I'm just going to just put this one, bring it inside this place, and change the field now. The color of that particular is an icon. I'll be changing the field from black now to FFF, which is white. I need to be white. Yeah, something like this. So I'll check the side. I have to check the distance now from this place to this place. So I'll be going with the perfect distance. I think 35 is okay. 35 is okay. So duplicate this container, duplicate this frame, this whole frame. I need to go to this is not sure. Let me just duplicate it, duplicate this one, duplicate this. I'll just be editing the content that is in it. Duplicate this one again, duplicate this, duplicate this one, duplicate this, duplicate that one again, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, okay, Ctrl D, Ctrl D again. So we have that. So I'll edit the text that's inside each and every one of them. So the next one there is what log failed transaction. I'm not going to be changing the icon. Log failed transaction. Log failed transaction. And this one the card management. Card management. Card management. Right, this one here will be other payments. Other payments. Other payments. Other payments. Other payments. This one here will be international transaction, international transfer, international transfer, international transfers, international transfers. This one will be travels, and this one right here will be travels and holidays. Travel and holiday. Travel and holiday. Travel and holiday. Why this one here was movies, events, events, and betting. Okay, betting. Movies, event, and betting. This one right here will be investment. So right here will be investment. This one will be what? Check services. Check services. Check services. This one will be Inera e-wallet, Inera wallet. Let me still increase the height of this one for now. I'll still take it back. I just want to increase this one now, so I can know the many things that I need to edit. Support. Let me just remittance and support. I don't have to do everything. Remittance support here. Last one. Support. So this is what we have. So I also have to ensure now, but inside this frame here, inside this particular frame, there's a vertical line, and that is like it's just like a horizontal line now inside each of this frame. The only one that is not having the horizontal line is this first one. others are having that horizontal line beneath inside that particular frame. So I'm going to be drawing a line inside each of this frame now. The line is going to be starting from here and stopping here. So I'll press L now on my keyboard for line, L on my keyboard for line. I'll come inside that frame. Don't forget this is inside the frame. I hold down my shift key to have a perfect horizontal line. I'll drag it from here to this part. So also ensure that it is starting from here to the same thing. Starting from here, yes, that's line from there. Perfect. So I have to give it a fill that is not white or that is not black. White. This one is having a fill of white, perfect white. I don't want it to have a fill of perfect white. I don't want it to have the perfect white. I don't want it to have the perfect white. I don't want it to have the perfect white. So I'll come to this place now. I'll move it down a little bit. Take this particular thing a little bit down. Yeah. I think this is okay. But the stroke now, my stroke is for my line now. The stroke is too much. Mine is in 1. I'll take it down to 0.5. That's 0.5. Take it down to 0.5. Yeah, this one is perfect. So I'll duplicate. I'll keep duplicating it. But don't forget, it's in everything here. It's in everything. Everything is having it. If I've done it before, I do that. So everything will be having it. Everything will be having it. Down to everything there will be having it. So after you have done that, now this investment now, you have investment. I don't have investment. So I'm going to be bringing in this icon inside here. Support. I'll change this one. I'll delete this one out. Delete this one. Bring this particular one there. Bring this one here. Bring this one inside here. Bring this one inside here. Give it a feel of white. 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 I also ensure that the distance there is also at 35. Right? You know that this particular one. 35. So this one must also be 35. This one must also be 35. 34. Add on to that's 35. So it's okay like this. So but there's a but there. The but there now is that there is there's a box here. So let me reduce this one back to the normal size. Let me put it back, or let me arrange this particular thing perfectly. Select everything. Select everything. Select everything. I want it to have the same spacing. Select everything. The spacing must be the same thing. Select everything. Select everything. The whole frame we have there inside a particular frame. Select everything. Selecting everything now. I'm going to ensure it's having the same spacing. The same spacing now. Let's give it a spacing of 15. Let me increase it to 15. Let's check it. Let's take it to 15. Let's take it to 15 so that we can know what we are working with. Yeah. Let's take it to 15. So we have that particular thing is in 15. The same spacing now. So let me reduce this one back to the size of my mobile. Yeah, like this. So but there's a box here. There's a box here, a frame there. So I'm going to be drawing a frame there. I'm going to be drawing a frame from here to here with a fill of black now. Fill of black. Not the 000 black. So I'm going to be giving it a fill of what? Like that. Fill of black. The fill of 130, 130, 130, 130, 130, 130, and I need that text inside it. Logout text. Logout text. Duplicate this one, bring it inside here. I'll change the logout. That's what I want to be there, and I need the logout icon. I need the logout icon now for my Iconify. I'll go to Iconify. I'll go to Iconify to bring in the logout icon. I'll go to Iconify to bring in my logout icon. Go to Iconify to bring in the logout icon. I'm going to be using this one. I'll go to the second page. Yeah, I'm going to be going with this particular one. I'll bring it outside. Yes, bring it outside. I will take it out from the container, remove it from the container, delete this one, ensure it is having the same size as this ones, ensure it is having the same size as this. I'll use my scale tool, yeah, something like this. Then I'll bring it inside where I want it to be, and give it a feel of what? A feel of white. That is a stroke now of white. So I also ensure that the distance is also what? 5. Okay. Yes, something like this. So please, I will need you guys to pay attention now. Please, are we together? Let me see the message, if I have any message. Please, are we together? Please, are we together? Someone should just reply me. We are together. If I should continue, I just want to finish this part, then we'll continue the rest in the class tomorrow. My mouth is already paining me. Please, are we together? Someone should just reply. Someone should respond if I am too fast, or if we are together. So I'm going to look as if I'm the only one. Am I the only one here? Is anybody should just reply? Are we together? Someone should just respond to my message, please. Are we together? Am I too fast? Anybody? Should I stop here for today, and we'll continue finish it in the class tomorrow? Let me just finish that part. So we have this particular thing now. We have our design. We have our frame there. We have our frame ready made. So the next thing we just have to do now, I want it to have an effect such that if a user click on this particular thing, they click on this container here, they click on this box, that is the hamburger icon with the menu text. Now if you click on it, this thing will come to the side here, to appear inside it. So that's where this thing starts. So I'll select that container itself, the box itself. I'm selecting the box itself now. So you change from the design mode now. You change from the design mode to the prototype mode. Change from the design mode to the prototype mode. Change from the design mode to the prototype mode. Change it from the design mode to the prototype mode. That's what I want to do now. So I'm on the design mode. I will change it from the design mode to the prototype mode. I will change it from the design mode to the prototype mode. So I will change it now. So once you're on the prototype mode, you are going to be connecting this particular one. I'm connecting this to this. I'm connecting that to this. It will be on click. It will definitely be on click. Yes, it will be on click. It will be on click. It will be on click. But the next thing there, now once you on that on click, beneath it now you will see navigate to. You are not navigating it to anywhere. You want it to have an effect of what? You want it to go to unplug my system. So as I was saying, so you won't be navigating that particular thing to anywhere. You won't be navigating that thing to anywhere. What you are just going to do is that you click on that drop down. There's a drop down beside the navigate to. There's a drop down beside the navigate to. Then you look down, you see open overlay. You see open overlay there. Just click on the open overlay. select it as an open overlay. So once you select that particular thing as an open overlay, Figma will be throwing it back to you now that, okay, where do you want that overlay to appear? Where do you want that particular frame now to appear? Where do you want the frame to appear? Where do you want the frame to? So I want the frame to appear at the side. That's when you see that centered now. You will be using that centered. You'll be clicking on that side now. So you want it to appear at the top left side now of this frame. That's where you want it to appear. So you select that top left side, top left now. So beneath that top left now, you'll be seeing close when clicking outside. You have to tick that particular box. Just tick that particular box, and you also tick the add background. You want the background of that particular design to appear. So you click on that one, then you close it. So after you have done that now, then you preview what you did. I don't want this to be the photo. So you preview what you did now. So I'll click on this thing now. Once I click on this particular thing, you all know that. So I'll preview it. I'm not going to be presenting it. I'll preview it. I'll preview that particular design. I want to preview what I did now. I want to see if it works, how I want it to work or not. So this is where I'm going to stop for today. Maybe we'll continue the rest in the class tomorrow. So you can digest this one. I don't want it to be too much on you guys. So this is what I have now. I have my design there already. I have my design appearing there. So if I click on this particular box now, what will happen? So this is what will happen. Can you all see that? You see that the frame is there. The frame is there. It's appearing here, and you are also seeing the background of that particular phone. So if I click outside now, it's also closed. Do it again, the same thing. That is how that particular thing is being done. That is how it is being done. So this is where I'm going to be stopping the class for today, please guys. I'm very sorry if I'm too fast or you can't hear me. I'm very sorry for that. But if you have any other question, you can ask me in the chat, or you can come to my DM and ask me, or we meet tomorrow in the class and you can ask anything you want to ask me. Thank you guys. I'm very, very grateful. If you have any question, you can ask. If you have any question, you can ask me in the chat. Okay, for us, you said I should slow. I'm tired. I'm just kind of tired. Yeah. You can see the word the video. You can see the word the video. Or you can see the word the video. If you have any issue, or if you still don't get it, you can ask me in the class tomorrow. I'll definitely respond to you.